Okay, now this was written a few years ago, so the timeline is a little old. All right. What's your end game? Written by me. I've been figure skating for about 5 years, closer to 7 now, and I can't say that I have a set end goal. I don't know if I want to travel the world in skating shows or become a coach, but I know that I enjoy skating and will continue doing it for as long as I can. When I started skating, it was just a fun way to get out of the heat, but I soon realized I wanted to get more serious with it as I learned how fun it was to land jumps and spin in different positions. I began in a group learn to skate class where I was taught that eventually I progressed out of the class and into strictly private lessons with my very own coach, Candace. Having a personal coach is necessary when you get to a certain level because as jumps and spins get harder, more instruction and advice is required. Group classes don't provide the individual attention that a personal coach does, but they are great for beginner skaters. I really like having my own coach because she knows my bad habits, skating style, physical limits, and personality, so she is able to help me in any way I need. She choreographs my routine to fit my style and always reminds me to smile and show emotion, which is something I struggle with in performing. Even though I am not the best at expressing my emotions on ice, I still like participating in competitions and shows. I enjoy competing because of the practice and strength it takes to successfully execute multiple rotation jumps, spins, and complex footwork with the judges staring at me, watching my every edge, turn, and landing. Performing in shows is the same, just without nearly as much pressure. I can relax a little more, but I still have to practice to make sure I put on an entertaining and exciting program for the audience. One of my favorite performances was skating to Run Run Rudolph by Kelly Clarkson in our annual Christmas show. It was a fun routine, and I painted my nose red and wore antlers. Figure skating is a very demanding sport, both physically and mentally. It takes physical strength, flexibility, and control to improve. That's only part of it. Corrections are often needed in my skating since I'm pretty inconsistent when it comes to landing jumps. Unfortunately, my coach isn't always there to point out what I'm doing wrong, so I've learned how to adjust and correct small issues that may arise. This has led me to be more self-aware and conscious of recurring bad habits. I have also learned how to push and challenge myself. There are often jump spins and footwork that I don't like doing or have a hard time with, but they are necessary, so I force myself to do them in practice until I'm happy with them. Another big mental aspect of figure skating is nervousness. I get nervous pretty much any time I'm on the ice in the spotlight, but I have learned to deal with it. I don't really have any techniques to control my nerves besides deep breathing, but after skating for years, I know that I just have to go out there and do the best I can despite how I may feel. Overall, figure skating is a great sport to challenge the mind and body, and I know it is good for me because it teaches me self-discipline and awareness, as well as forces me to act smile when I'm on the ice. Even though I don't have any particular goals in mind, I will continue skating because it makes me stronger and I have fun doing it.
All right. Thanks, Mecca. We're live on News for the Soul Radio. Email your questions to ontheair@telus.net or call in to 646-595-4274. Once again, I'm your host, Sandra Jones-Keller, and my guests are my husband, Thomas, and our 17-year-old daughter, Mecca. And also, feel free to email or call in your questions about other conscious parenting concerns, even if they're not specifically related to our today's topic. We're live on the Soul. We're live on the air, News for the Soul Radio. So take advantage of this opportunity to have your questions answered live on the air and to hear the perspective of a teenager, which is rare in this day and age. Okay, so Mecca. So that was written when you were 13. So you've been skating for 8 years now. Do you still enjoy it?
Yeah.
Why? Why do you like skating still?
Pretty much the same reasons that I already said. It's fun to glide on the ice and learn different moves and participate in different skating events and learn different styles of skating and routines.
And how many hours a week do you practice?
About 6. Which is sort of on the low end, depending on what the goal is.
Mm-hmm. How many hours a week do you see the people in the academy practice? Do you know?
They're there from like 8 to usually around 2, and then they have the like off ice or ballet or a workout in the gym. So they never stop.
So it's literally a full-time job. So the people that you see at the World Championships and the Olympics and stuff, they're probably, practicing maybe 30 to 40 hours a week minimum, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. So which do you prefer, competitions or shows? And what's the difference? Tell the audience, what's the difference between a competition and a show?
Well, a competition, you're getting judged and scored and meticulously graded. And a performance, the audience doesn't know skating, so they're not going to know if you mess up or anything. So performing is usually a lot less stressful because you don't have to do everything right because nobody will know the difference.
So I know that you like shows better, but yet you still compete even though you get really nervous. So how do you push yourself to show up for these competitions given your nerves?
I just do it. I don't know. I don't have anything else to do that is like the same, needs the same amount of like mental preparation. It's good for me to do them occasionally.
Oh, I like
so that I can stay sharp.
Oh, I like that, so you can stay sharp. So have you thought about ice skating after high school, like maybe a college team or professional shows, or you don't know yet?
I don't know. I don't really like teams, so we'll see.
Yeah, that seems to run in our family, the whole team thing or group work seems like. And so are you happy with where you're at in ice skating? And why or why not?
Sort of.
What does that mean?
Well, I'm working to finish my moves in the field, which nobody knows what that is, unless you know figure skating. And I'm working on higher level jumps, but I've been competing in the same level for about 3 years, and it's kind of a lower level. It's the level between like lower and upper, so it's the middle ground.
Okay.
And where was I going with this?
Right. Well, the question was,
I'd like
are
to
you happy
be
with where
higher.
you're at?
I'd like to be at a higher level. Yeah.